Welcome to the best Commander podcast in the world.
We're going over our favorite and the worst flavor fails.
Oh, there's so many. I'm your host, Joe Cherries.
I'm your host, Beezy, and today we're bringing you a fresh edition of our podcast. We are on Spotify, Google Play, iTunes,
All that good stuff.
and where else?
We're on YouTube, actually.
And if you're watching on YouTube, go ahead and check out the description because we're going to link you to our favorite website ever, who we're not affiliated with in any way except for we are. TCG Player. Go buy some cards from there and help out the channel.
Yep.
Or use our link.
Yeah, use our link. Buy cards through that link, and you will be helping support us.
That's all we got to say. Let's get to the flavor fails because you know you're waiting for them.
Oh, there's so many.
There's a ton. A ton.
So why don't start with the first one we put. This is what made us want to
This is
start.
the classic because we saw this picture.
Yep, that picture exists. I forgot that picture.
It's great.
It's really good.
Emrakul is evenly matched against 15 squirrels. I mean, Magic in general, you can't balance everything. And we're not going to... These aren't even complaints.
Oh, they're definitely not complaints.
This is just what makes Magic so much fun.
This is nitpicking. Really nitpicking.
Getting back to our roots.
This is fun. Not an actual complaint about the game.
No.
Well, we should be clear about that. Cause
Actually, some of these are complaints because there's flavor fails within cards that are just basically mistakes. But most of this is just good old-fashioned fun.
yeah. 15 squirrels can fight Emrakul. Emrakul's like the most powerful creature in the multiverse.
It's
One
weird,
of?
it's weird because I don't know why this one in particular is so famous. Because the squirrels need to have flying, or Emrakul needs to be able to block them all.
Yeah. I don't know.
Flying squirrels. Emrakul is evenly matched against 15 flying squirrels.
Still.
Or if Emrakul blocks typhoid rats, she of course she just dies.
She gets typhoid.
Emrakul gets typhoid. What are you supposed to do on that?
This like mind-bending being
Tough
just
situation.
gets typhoid and dies.
Just like in War of the Worlds, where they just couldn't handle other viruses and stuff. Or was that the sun? Which alien movie do they just die because they died of germs?
Yeah, it's War of the Worlds.
That's what I said. You laughed at me.
But I laughed because you brought up the sun for some reason.
Well, that is a different one, I think. I don't know.
Why would they ever come here?
What alien? Aliens on the way to Earth missed the sun.
You know,
that's probably not going to be a factor.
Or even science is really bad. Why would aliens come to a planet filled with water if they're allergic to water?
They're blindfolded.
None of it makes sense.
All right.
That's
the next flavor fail.
Signs, the movie.
Signs, the movie. Get out of here. Now, we all know squirrels, speaking of squirrels, are 1/1s. But goats are 0/1s, always. Squirrels, if you pit one squirrel against one goat, the squirrel will win every single time, no matter what.
And the squirrel will not get hurt at all.
Right.
There will be no injuries on the squirrel.
If you give a squirrel enough time, it could destroy an army of goats and suffer no damage. It's a herd of goats, one squirrel, give it like 2 days. It will take them all out.
Yeah, not even close.
And the goats they know that the goats are trying to kill the squirrel actively. They're not even just passively standing there.
Yeah, like the 0-1 can attack in.
It's ramming in. It just doesn't.
It just can never kill that squirrel.
It hits the squirrel too. The squirrel blocks. It hits it. The squirrel's fine.
Not even damaged.
All right. Speaking of murder, what's this one that you thought of?
Also, mentioning squirrels are even empowered to train soldiers.
Trained soldiers.
When you make a trained soldier with like any card, it's a 1/1.
It has a sword, maybe a shield. It's got its armor on. It's been groomed to be a soldier.
And if they pit against each other, they just kill each other every time.
Squirrels are dangerous.
Very.
They have rabies.
Also, no, it's a 1/2 Sanctuary Cat.
So any 1/2 in Magic, specifically Sanctuary Cat, can
Because
kill any soldier.
Sanctuary Cat's the most ridiculous. It's just a cat.
It's just a cat. It has no. It's not even like a weird cat. Not even an Innistrad.
It looks like it has glowing eyes, but that's the only thing on the eye. Otherwise, it looks like a cat.
Have you ever taken a picture of a cat? They always have glowing eyes.
Oh, that's true. I didn't even think about that.
That's just an accurate portrayal. What's next? This is a whole card type.
This is your favorite one. Vehicles.
And not just vehicles. Anything with vehicles.
Anything? So why don't you start with the things you don't like?
Okay. Smuggler's Copter. Let's just use Smuggler's Copter. That's one of the funniest ones to use. I'll crew my Smuggler's Copter with my Kozilek the Great Distortion. Now that's either the entire creature has to get in, which is great, or Kozilek can just take one of his little tentacles and just... But it requires you to tap Kozilek, which means Kozilek's whole being is being used to crew this copter. But is he just like... and then he flies it.
He needs to focus. He really needs to focus
He needs to
on.
hone it. You need to get your stuff together, Kozilek.
Oh my god.
Now, Smuggler's Copter. Once Smuggler's Copter is being flown, that pilot might as well jump out because Smuggler's Copter can crew itself after that. It's an AI that can learn how to pilot itself.
If you tap a creature, put it in the smuggler's copter, and then that creature dies, the copter is still going.
The copter is still going and can crew itself again. And that's just called accruing value.
That's called autopilot.
Yeah, it is. It's AI, a lot of autopilot.
How about this? Okay, we'll start with smuggler's copter, or we're going reverse. Let's start with a boat.
Okay.
One of the boats.
Sure.
You crew
Bomet Bazaar Barge.
You crew it with, what's the most ridiculous thing to crew a boat with? A dinosaur. All right, Gary. Use Gregory, actually.
Gregory, Ancient Bronzodon.
Yes, use Ancient Bronzodon to crew your boat.
Okay.
Okay. You take that boat, you use that to crew your Heart of Kieran. Then you tap your Heart of Kieran and put that inside of a smuggler's copter.
Oh.
And then, I don't know.
That goes into Consulate Dreadnought.
So, this boat,
Like a transformer.
the boat is driving the heart, the heart is driving.
No, but inside it all is a 9-9.
It's a 9-9 dinosaur.
Gregory.
It's driving it all.
I knew you could do it, Gregory. This is one of the most hated creatures in all of Magic. But before we get to the most hated creature in all of Magic, I skipped one. Pinned to the Earth is one of the cards that is not consistent within itself. Creature gets -6, -0. That looks fine on paper. Somebody forgot to say it loses flying. It's pinned to the Earth, but it can still block creatures with flying. It still can't be blocked by creatures without flying.
It was pinned to the earth. What does it do? It doesn't make any sense. If something is pinned to the earth, the one thing I would assume that card does is remove flying.
Yeah. There's a card called Grounded, and that card just makes the enchanted creature lose flying. But I would assume that one sends the creature to a room or something. Like Chained to the Rocks.
Just go to your room.
Grounded, you're grounded. I love that name. All right, Amara Tandris is the hated creature I was talking about because there is a design change between her and Voice of Resurgence, and she's a 5/7. She's 7-mana 5/7 for no reason, basically.
She's a normal human because her new cards are 2/2.
2/2. She's like, oh, she's a pretty powerful soldier. Yeah, she could tangle. She could tangle with most guys. All right, here are the things Amara Tandris can fight, kill, and survive against. I wrote down 3 of my favorites. We have Colossal Whale. I don't know how she does that because she's the size of a normal human. It's not like she's really big. But no, the Colossal Whale, Dunsky. Pelucranos World Eater. You may have heard of that. It sounds like she might not live against it, but no. No, she's fine.
You're talking about my friend, Amara Tandris, Eater of Hydras.
Eater of World Eaters. And we also have, this could happen on Ravnica. Parahelions coming in hot. Amara's like, nah, I got this. Parahelion, the second would have to, she's attacking the Boros, and she's attacking, and Parahelion is crewed.
The only thing that can stop.
Parahelion is like, I think we can handle this. Big mistake, buddy. First strike goes through. Amara's like, ooh, that hurt, but I'm fine. Kills Parahelion in the second. Get yourself a bigger ship, Boros. That was weak sauce.
They're big, bad, like
That's
horrifying.
their
super weapon loses to just Celestia's leader.
Celestia's maze runner.
I can't stop. I'm laughing way too much.
That one's great. That one's really good. Another inconsistency that a lot of people hate.
I mean, because it's stupid. King Makar is based on
King Midas.
King Midas.
Huge flavor. This card is a huge flavor win. Except that the abilities of May. You changed it from a curse that ruined a man's life to the best power ever. There's a huge difference.
Yeah, King Makar absolutely should not be a May. It can't be.
Oh my God.
It just doesn't make sense.
Oh,
He's
man.
cursed.
Everything I touch turns to gold, but only when I want it to. I'm gonna be rich. Okay.
I really hate this. Gold. Ugh.
Oh, man.
Hey, look, you're not gold because I can control it.
Give me a hug, man.
It had no negative effects.
Completely ridiculous. This one I never thought about, but I really, really enjoyed the vision of it.
You love Invisible Stalker.
Invisible Stalker is one of the worst Magic cards because it's just not fun. He's the Invisible Man from all of the movies and media that's been associated with.
From the story, The Invisible Man?
The Invisible Man can't choose what's invisible and what's not. So number one, he's naked, which is funny, but that's not a flavor fail. What if you equip?
But he's not naked.
But
I love that he's wearing the trench coat and the hat. That's
he's wearing
great.
the trench coat and the hat. If you equip him or enchant him, those things are still visible. It's like, is that a machete running towards me? I'm not going to do anything about it. It's probably nothing.
You can't do anything about it. Nothing can block that.
No, nothing can block a machete running towards you.
You also can't target him still.
You can't. No, you definitely can't target.
He is still invisible, even though. What are like the most ridiculous things you could be carrying? What's the biggest like? Colossal hammer. He's running at you with the colossal hammer.
He's walking.
He cannot be blocked. He is untargetable because you can't tell where he is. Obviously,
but you can tell where the hammer is because you can still target the hammer. It's proof that the hammer is not invisible.
My eyes are watering. Yeah, my eyes are literally watering.
I knew this one would be our most ridiculous thing yet.
Oh, it's so good. Colossal hammer is the best one. Like the thing is huge. It literally makes it lose flying, and
there's
it gets plus 10 plus seconds. It's so powerful.
Well, there's equipment that's body armor, which would just turn him into a person.
Yeah, like was it Argenta?
Argentum armor. There's plenty of just armor, and that's just a person coming at you. But you can't do anything about that. All right, this next one is just the card Spellskite. And I didn't notice this because I never read the flavor text for Spellskite. But let me read it to you. Did you read it? Have you read it?
No, I haven't.
You're gonna like this one. You're gonna like this one.
I think I have read it, but I forgot it at this point.
It's very forgettable, unless you really pay attention. Let's show Vorinclex that progress doesn't always need teeth or claws. Now, if you look closely at the art of Spellskite, it has teeth and claws.
Wait, what? Where? I literally never realized that.
That guy's going to look real stupid when he shows that to Vorinclex.
Oh, whoopsie.
Whoopsie. All right, we can rapid fire some of these. These two are very similar. If I told you there was a card called Archer's Parapet, what abilities do you think it would have?
Trample?
It has no abilities.
Oh,
there's a bird flying over it. It's going right by.
And they're shooting arrows into the air.
Yeah, they can only hit players, though. On the same note, Croson Cloud Scraper doesn't have reach. Flyers go right past that thing.
Oh, while we're on this little subject here, tree folk are so picky and choosy with reach.
They don't always have reach.
There's one that's like a 5'7". It's huge in the art. Like the art is like from below, looking upward, and it's huge.
There's tiny venomous spiders that have reach. They can't get that high.
Like every tree folk should 100% have reach because sometimes tree folk are the highest thing in the area.
Yeah.
So a spider can only get as high as that.
No, the spider climbs the tree folk and then it has reach. Tree folk doesn't have reach.
Something that always bugged me on MCG Arena, and I'll have to find, I don't know what the cards are. I'll pull the art up here. There's a 3/4 that was on, this isn't Arena, this was on the old game.
Duels of the Planeswalker.
Duels of the Planeswalker. There's a 3/4 tree folk that had reach. That was like pictured as like a little tiny tree, basically.
Yeah.
And then there was the one I was talking about before. It's the 5/7. It's huge. It's like it looks like the
topples over.
Like it topples over everything, and it just doesn't have reach. It always bugged me.
Yeah. Reach is a sketchy one. We have Whelming Wave next. Whelming Wave bounces weird things, and I read up on this. The reason that the Whelming Wave does not bounce things like fish and whales. It bounces fish and whales. You can't make a size argument because whales are bigger than octopi, and they're as big as krakens, or they can be. Fish are just everywhere. I don't understand how the Whelming Wave would displace them. If you don't want to write 100 creature types on your stupid magic card, don't make the stupid magic card. Okay? It doesn't bounce. And I wrote also it does not bounce Master of Waves. Epic fail, Master of Waves.
It does bounce Master of Waves.
It does bounce Master of Waves. It doesn't not bounce Master of Waves. Epic fail me and epic fail Master of Waves.
Should Master of Waves had the text on it? If Whelming Wave is cast while Master of Waves is on the battlefield, it does not affect Master of Waves.
That's what it would say in Alpha. Just like Diligent Farmhand is a muscle burst. All right, Fatal Push. A push is not necessarily lethal, as we know. What if it's swimming? What if it's flying?
So we're pushing it off a cliff.
Yes.
That's what is shown in the art. That's what's depicted, so that's what's happening.
Yes.
Kind of like the kick from, what is it called? I can't even think of the movie. 300. It's a parody of that. Flyers?
Yes.
Okay, it doesn't. It's like I can't even think of like a fly off the any bird. If you
wind
push
drake.
a bird off the edge, it's not gonna die. It's not just gonna be like, oh, my one weakness, a push.
The mother of every bird actually pushes birds off the edge so that they can fly.
An enigma drake. How about that thing's pretty big?
But,
Boop, get out of here.
okay. Now, I wanted to mention also Tragic Slip. Because any old Darksteel Colossus, Ulamog, Kozilek, they're not immune to slipping and falling.
They just fall.
And dying.
Oh, so many things died at almost everything dies at tragic
And
slipped.
Also, one of my favorite 2-card flavor fails that doesn't actually mean anything. I'm going to read to you a card called Broken Fall. 2 and a green. Enchantment. Return Broken Fall to its owner's hand. Regenerate target creature. Broken Fall does not stop Tragic Slip.
No, Broken Ball does not stop tragic slip. It does not at all.
Such a great thing that exists. Now we're on kill spells. We got 2 more.
Go for the throat. There's so many creatures without throats in Magic. Walls do not have throats.
No, they don't. Which throat do you go for on a Hydra? Hydras have like 85 throats.
Go for the throats.
Go for the throats. That's what it should have been. Walk the plank. Not every creature can walk. Not every creature will die if you throw it in water.
There's a ton of things. Like it depicts sharks in it, but
What if you walk the plank a shark?
or
You
I
just
don't
throw
know.
it with his friends.
What about a whale? It would kill everyone on the boat.
Has to walk the plank.
It gets to the end, it falls in, and everyone on the boat dies because of the splash.
My favorite one is definitely if you just do it to a shark. Because he's like, oh, hey guys, how's it going? It's pretty nice down here.
These are my friends. These are my friends.
Okay.
I love that.
Gotta have a random music shout out.
That's me every time.
Okay. Should we just rapid fire these or should we explain it?
No, let's keep explaining them. They're fun.
Yeah, so there's a cycle of cards, blankless one, and then we have nameless one. But you can name nameless one with Sorcerer's Spyglass, Pithing Needle, Praetor's Grab, any of that, whatever names a card, you can name nameless ones. That just feels like cheating to me.
It is good.
It's a little ironic.
It's unintentional. They could have just given the card no name. That'd be cool on a card.
Oh, and you had another one related to these.
Soulless one.
Soulless one. What's
Soulless,
the problem with that?
You can remove soul it.
Oh,
Even
okay.
though it has no soul. You can
Just
guess.
remove soul your soulless one.
But it'll have a soul.
What a hypocrite. Bloodsoak Champion. Can't block. But he's holding 2 shields. What is he doing?
He uses them to attack.
Those are my hitting shields.
He just goes around punching things with shields.
And Jace is like, dude, come on, block. I was like, what?
What? I have my punching shields.
My punching shields. There's a card called Whippoorwill. And the art's on screen, and it's a bird that is shown to be flying. Doesn't have flying. Just doesn't have flying. For no reason.
Oh, that reminds me of the one Korvax.
Kovacs, who has flying, but it's walking through.
It's walking through dirty water.
It's confusing when a card looks like it has flying, but doesn't. For attacking and blocking purposes. He could fly, but he's not gonna.
That is definitely confusing. Voidstalker looks like it has flying.
Manowar, we went over this
I mean,
before.
we can go over it again. This is all about those kind of things. So worth talking about.
It is. That's more of a design fail. This is more of a design fail too, but there's nowhere else to mention it. I had never, ever, ever looked at Rubinia's Soul Singer, but somebody said that both whoever presented it to the art guy misspelled it and wrote Soul Signer. And that's why she has a quill and a contract. And her flavor text says, oh, you take the quill to the parchment and whatever else. Like, they made her as somebody who signs souls over to people. But she's a soul singer, not the soul signer. Or it's the biggest coincidence ever. And I'm still laughing at it.
Or, why didn't they just change the whole thing?
I don't know.
It's really
Everyone involved had to make the mistake of viewing it as signer.
weird. And then they put singer still.
Well, then, yeah, I guess they could have just... but I think it's a reprint.
I don't know.
It's a reprint. You can't target cloistered youth with urgent exorcism. Not a legal target. She's in need the most of anyone in Estrada, and you cannot help her.
Impossible.
There's nothing to do. Even when she flips, you can't do anything. She's possessed and you can't exorcise her.
She can never be exercised.
I saw this one. I don't remember where I saw this, but Gaia's Skyfolk is a 2/2 elf merfolk with flying.
Why is that flying?
And I was just like, wait, why does this have flying? Elf plus merfolk.
Isn't that mutant on top? You think it'd be a mutant also? Because if it's a mutant, that would make sense.
Yeah. No, it just has flying. It's just flying. This is one of our favorites that we've made fun of countless times in the show. The cycle of lands from original Zendikar.
But the best one is Valakut, the Molten Pinnacle.
Valakut, name, the Molten Pinnacle, which is the highest point of something. Pinnacle is the top. There's 4 tops. They're tied. All the Valakuts are tied.
There are 4 Valakuts. My favorite thing is like guys giving a tour of like Zendikar. He's like,
that's the highest point in all of whatever.
And if you look over here, we have Valakut, the highest point in all of Zendikar. And if you look behind me here, we have Valakut.
But I'm not stopping there.
How
the next 15 minutes.
How many Valakuts can there be? How many Molten Pinnacles? The pinnacle!
Pinnacle of flavor fails.
It is the pinnacle of flavor fails. They're real bad.
Obviously.
Assassin's Trophy is really weird to me.
This one, I had to think about because I didn't get what you meant.
It depicts a specific event.
Yes.
Of a Gorgon's gaze.
Yes.
Killing a specific creature.
Asperia, R.I.P.
And then because that creature is so big, a forest grows on it.
Yes.
Or a basic land.
Well, not necessarily something grows on it, but over time, it'll just get overwhelmed by nature or whatever.
Yeah, well, all that's fine. Like, I get the basic land, I get that.
The Gorgon Stare is what we have a problem with.
Okay, what about like something with pithing needle? It's a little needle.
Assassin's Trophy target's a permanent. So you can Gorgon Stare any permanent.
Like Valakut, the Molten Pinnacle.
It has no eyes. You can't look at a Gorgon, but it's stone and then gets replaced by a mountain. Different mountain. How long would that take? Thousands of years?
It's a smaller mountain. It's just like the kids.
Well, I guess there's mountains from Innistrad that are just rocks. Really big rock. I love that mountain. But that's a flavor fail. Really big rock is not a mountain. Screw you.
No one else. Oh, flavor fail. Blue City is not an island.
Red City, not a mountain. White City with sun overexposing everything, not a plains. Black City, Purple City, those are not swamps.
Yeah, Green City with one tree, not a forest actually.
The garden outside my house is not a forest. Ugh. Hate those Ravnica blocks.
Yeah, the Ravnica ones. They're all just this city, but it's the color.
The art direction for them has to be the same.
No, this is one of my favorite ones. So
the card. Why don't you read the card?
Gideon's Reproach. It costs 1 and a white.
Yep.
Deal 4 damage to target attacking or blocking creature.
Yes.
So
Gideon's punching somebody in the jaw.
The original art wasn't bad. He was doing other stuff.
Surling them, but no. We're going with the punch.
The punch. So the punch is what's depicted. So that's what's happening on that card. Punch. That's what's going on. So these are things. And I only went over legends. There's other things that are even more. They're ridiculous too. Like for one.
Well, hold on. These are things that what?
That Gideon can punch and kill.
And Gideon is One Punch Man.
Yes, these are things. So this is a silly one. Lightning Elemental is a weird one. He can just punch an elemental and it dies.
It's made of lightning.
It's made of lightning. He can kill them with a punch. But
here's some. His fist is made of rubber.
My favorite legendary creatures: Avacyn.
Dead.
Dead. Just punch her dead. Brago is a spirit.
Dead again.
Krovax, one of the big baddies.
Should have brought Gideon around for the Weatherlight crew. Done. Oh, Gerard, you got some beef? Urza. Boom. Done.
Urza, you got some beef? Jogmon.
Done. I feel bad about punching you, Urza. Let me help you out, man.
And we're the Writhing Township.
The town.
The whole entire town.
Plus an Eldrazi frame and mutation going on. Boom.
One punch.
You picked the wrong town to mess with.
Boom. The Praetors are pretty tough. He can't kill most of them.
Most of the Praetors are fine.
But, you know who he can kill? Jin-Gitaxias. Boom.
Okay, Jin-Gitaxias looks really killable. His spine is like 1/4 of an inch thick. It looks like he could just snap one day.
Could he just punch him?
He punched him in the spine. Have you ever heard of War of the Spark? That whole kerfuffle could have been avoided. Gideon, time travel, back to Bolas's youth. Punch him. He's done. He's done so.
Karen. Boom. Dead. Get out of here, you
pacifist. Boom. Get out.
How about this is one of my favorite ones? All 3 members of Vendilion click. One punch. Boom. Get them out of here.
You know what that makes me think of? Phyllis, you be Hitler. Andy, you be Osama. Line them up, shoot them all, 1 bullet through the neck.
Line them up, punch them all, 1 fist.
Through the neck.
Through the neck.
And also, the Locust God.
The Locust God's good because he was there. He was there for that whole thing.
He didn't help.
He could have just punched the Locust God out. The Locust God is still terrorizing Amigat. He can still go out.
But if Gideon punches Dark Steel Mirror, nothing happens. Nothing happens.
I wish I didn't look up things with 5 toughness that he can't kill. That would have been funny.
Anything with indestructible that's tiny, you just can't punch it.
I mean, Dexter, at least it's made of like something that's indestructible, a material.
I guess that's fair.
But there's gotta be something with 5 toughness that is just ridiculous that Gideon can't kill. Amara
Tantress.
We
already proved that she's basically stronger than every creature we just listed. She's literally just can fight all of the creatures.
Oh, she kills all of them.
Every single one of them, except for. Oh yeah, she eats Hanor the Riving Township for breakfast. They trade though, I think.
They do trade.
And his little Eldrazi buddies get them.
How about Eye Gouge?
Eye Gouge. That needs to have a lot more words on it. If you target a creature with Eye Gouge twice, it should die.
Yep. Eye Gouge, you can target a wall. Walls don't have eyes. There's also Eye Creature Type. Doesn't kill the Eye Creature Type cards.
What is the actual text of Eye Gouge?
Target creature gets -1/-1.
Okay, yeah, because that brings me to my next point. You can't punch a Darksteel Mirror, but you can gouge it in the eye. And I'll take care of it for good.
His eyes are made of dark steel, you idiot.
It's the weak point.
I got
eyeballs. You wrote down Eye of Jarballs. Jarballs.
That doesn't make sense.
The flavor of Eye of Jarballs is that when you get rid of a creature, you get 2 eye counters. But that's inconsiderate, because what if you get rid of a Cyclops? It still gets 2 eye counters.
What if you get rid of a spider? It only gets 2.
It only gets 2 jar counters. In other news, you can neck snap the Headless Horseman.
It's really good. It's just, like, neck snap's already ridiculous. Like, you can neck snap walls and stuff.
You can neck snap hydras, you can neck snap walls.
You can invertebrates, like a slime.
A jellyfish.
So many things.
Neck snap.
I like the idea. It sounds like you just run. I want to play that card just so I can run around and you can go, neck snap.
If only we played that format. Run around screaming neck snap.
The Headless Horseman doesn't have a head.
No, it doesn't.
So how you can snap his neck?
Wall of ice. How about Fogmank? Neck snap. A hurricane. You tell me hurricanes don't cause casualties on the ground?
Tell that to the Bahamas right now.
Yeah, Jesus. There's a lot of casualties, people who do not have flying.
Oh, I shouldn't be laughing about this.
It's mildly insensitive, but
I'm losing.
Hypothetically, a hurricane that isn't real would hurt people that aren't real.
On the ground, like, jeez.
A natural disaster.
Natural disasters hurt people they hurt things in the air.
They're very serious.
And they also hurt things on the ground.
Yes, I don't understand. High winds don't just happen above people. I don't understand. What else we got? Equipment. Anything can wear any equipment. Boots on an eye?
The Eye of Urborg, yeah.
Boots on it.
Just put some boots on that thing.
You can equip 4 pairs of the same boots to any human.
You can put any sword. You give it to a little kitten or a dog to use.
Or multiple swords. You know, that image comes to mind. We maybe we'll find it, maybe we won't, of the Squadron Hawk holding all 5 swords, one in each claw and then one in its mouth.
I've never seen that. That's good.
Yeah, that's really good. World Spine Worm?
How about we put some armor on it?
Well, what kind of armor? Because World Spine Worm is the size of the world. Its spine is basically the earth.
Regular armor.
Oh, just anything.
Yeah, we'll just put a regular armor. We'll go like on its pinky.
Like a bone saw?
Like put a
bone saw is ready.
Put a bone saw on it. That'll be cool.
Okay, bone saw. The flavor text is not bone saw is ready. Or, come on. The flavor text of bone saw could be, it's ready. Nothing?
It's what's for dinner.
It's what's for dinner. It's got you for 3 minutes.
Emrakul, the Promised End. Not the Promised End. Emrakul, Aeon's Torn has 15 power.
Yes.
So if you give it a bone splitter,
Yes.
it gets 2 more power. Therefore, it is 13% stronger
The most powerful being in the multiverse is 13% stronger with a bone splitter.
with a little tiny sword.
Well, if you give it
Weapon-
10 little tiny swords, it's twice as strong.
Bone splitter is ridiculous. I mean, it gives so much power.
Oh, yeah.
Power like scales like way up. So it's really. How about you put it on World Spy Worm? It's the size of the world, and you give it this little tiny axe. It's like, oh, you're done now.
If you give it to a Maratandra, she can kill the rest of the Praetors. It's over. New Phyrexia is done.
Send them That's what they need to do. They send the Maratandras over there to handle the Praetors.
Yeah, well, Ellis Norton's going to be a little extra. We're going to need 2 tiny swords. Well, how about a bone splitter and a bone saw? Okay.
Just running on both of those.
You brought this up, which I thought was a nice point. What's the next point?
Searing Spear, Lightning Bolt, and Lava Spike. Now, Searing Spear is like, let's just say, a fiery spear through the chest. That's pretty painful.
Ouch.
Deals 3 damage. Lightning Bolt, a bolt of lightning from the sky striking you. It deals 3 damage too.
That sounds about right.
And a spike of lava coming and hitting you also deals 3 damage.
I feel like lava is the most dangerous.
You can
'cause
survive.
It melts people.
You can survive a lightning strike. A lava spike would kill you. It just would kill you. A searing spear, you would have a chance to survive it, but it'd be very painful. I think it's weird. Lightning bolt is very iconic, but it's probably the most survivable out of the 3.
Yes. What is the flavorful difference between summoning a lightning bolt and a lightning strike? It's harder to summon a lightning strike. Shouldn't every
The
wizard?
flavorful difference is 1 mana.
Shouldn't every? It's twice as hard to summon the same thing.
I don't mind that one. It's a different spell. We're not as good at wizards.
I like it.
Yeah. Well, either way, searing spear. Lava spike and searing. Lava spike should do more damage than both searing spear and lightning bolt, and searing spear should probably do more damage than lightning. I'd be like, if someone said you can get struck by lightning, or I'm going to take a fiery spear and stick it through your chest.
Yes.
I'm going for the lightning.
And lava's out of the question. I don't care what it's shaped like.
Oh yeah, lava is. No one's touching me with lava.
No. What is a thunderbolt?
It's
What
not.
is, what is that? Because it looks like a lightning bolt to me.
Thunderbolts aren't anything. It's a misconception. People call
Yeah,
thunder lightning.
Thunderbolt. I mean, that's just a magic card. Well, what is that doing?
I don't know. It's a sound. It's a really
But
loud
also, the
sound.
creature gets struck by lightning. Ow, I guess. Speaking of lightning,
These are 3.
man,
These are 3 goats.
we are really good at categorizing these flavor fails.
So you can kill a lightning elemental with a lightning bolt. He's made of lightning. You can
Isn't
kill him
it
with
made of
lightning.
lightning? Why not just make it bigger?
Fire elemental dies to a fire blast. Well, and that just make it bigger. Lava claw reaches, which is a land made up of like the ground and lava.
Yeah.
Dies to a lava coil.
And that's the 2/2, right? Lava claw reaches.
Yeah.
Also dies to 2 lava darts.
Obviously, 2 little lava
Why not
darts.
just make it bigger?
One is make it bigger.
War of the Spark. If any one planeswalker decided to summon the spell Revel in Riches during the War of the Spark war, they would win. They would win
Revel, which is really weird.
because they're too rich. They just win.
From a flavor point, I believe magic, and I could be wrong with this. I've heard that this isn't true anymore, but I think it is. You're a planeswalker. You're summoning,
I think you're supposed to be.
and you're summoning people to help you, and you're summoning creatures to help you. You're casting spells,
Yeah.
but you're having this huge battle.
Yeah.
You've had huge creatures. Your opponent's trying to like
Disrupt you and
disrupt you,
take
like
you down.
he's literally getting in your thoughts with things like Thoughtseize.
Yeah.
It's disgusting. But you have Revel in Riches. You're so rich, you just win.
If you have a money party, if you can take a money shower, it's over.
It's weird. It's
The
super
game
weird.
is over. Your opponent goes, man, I can't do this.
I just don't understand. I don't understand like one with
Well, even cards that say win the game, they just end everything.
super weird.
Near-death experience. If you're almost dead, you win.
How about
You win. You win. A near-death experience is horrible. It's traumatic, but you just win.
Platinum Angel prevents you from losing and prevents other players from making. Now, think about this from a flavor point. When you have 40 life points in EDH, okay? So you get attacked for like 10,000, okay?
Wow. One crater hoof. Wow.
You're being absolutely like completely like one crater hoof. You're completely destroyed. Like you were run over, destroyed, attacked by like all these different things. It doesn't matter. Just your body's just demolished. You're pretty much just dead. But Platinum Angel's there, so you're okay.
But this angel ain't just made of steel. It's made of platinum.
You're just Your life total can't change with Platinum and Pure. What does Platinum do in the Magic
Well,
lore?
so it only works for one season because then you go back to Bronze and then you die. But
They always send you back to Bronze.
They always send you back to Bronze, those sons of guns. All right, we only got a couple more.
Mass Mutiny only takes one creature per player.
Mass Mutiny. You know you named the card Mass Mutiny, right?
It should take all the creatures from one player.
How about Partial Mutiny?
I like the cards, the new one from the Ixalan board game, the flavor text. Like everyone's attacking him. It's the captain. Have you seen the new one?
What's flavor text? Just tell me.
It's like you too squib, and I think it's referencing a little monkey on there.
You too squib. I like that one.
Like there's like all these pirates coming after him. He's like, no, you too squib.
That makes me think of Spicy Iraq. This has nothing to do with anything. He tweeted out, it was something along the lines of Julius Caesar asking his friend if he wants to see a new movie, and it's It Too, Brute. Stupid.
That's pretty funny.
Shoutouts. Okay. And that just felt like on the level of what we're doing. And the last one, which isn't necessarily the best or the most interesting, but a card called Sudden Death, I would assume, would cause a lot of death.
It only kills X4s and lower. There's so many things that like if you cast Sudden Death, like I was reading a spell book.
Yeah.
And I found a spell called Sudden Death.
Right.
And I'm like, there's a Maris Tantra. I'm gonna cast that on her. Sudden Death. And then she's just like, no, I'm fine. I'm like, well, that was a crap spell.
Well, that didn't work at all.
But this is weird. So Sudden Death is you can cast it once and it wouldn't kill her. But if you cast Sudden Death on her twice, she dies.
Sudden Death. No,
that didn't work.
Sudden Death.
Sudden
Okay, fine. Okay, fine. Next snap.
Next snap.
All right, we were probably going to say next snap a lot more. At least that's what I learned from going through this video. But that's all the ones we have.
There's so many more.
Obviously, there's more. I know Indestructible Aura gets talked about a lot because it's a sorcery. Or something along those lines. I think that's what it's called, Indestructible Aura. Or something along those lines.
There's some old green sword that's like a sorcery.
Stormseeker just is an amalgamation of whatever. I don't know what that card is doing. There's a couple more like that.
There's just infinite weird things like
Magic
that.
has infinite flavor fails, and that's the only reason I play the game. No, I'm just kidding. It's a good part of the game. It's a nice little cherry on top.
Yeah, I mean, most of them aren't actual fails. They're just Eye Gouge was designed for it was as a cool card for
in that block.
In the block in that format, which worked. It's fine. Obviously,
taking outside of its zone though.
Yeah, like Doorkeeper.
But even some of them, you can't Urgent Exorcism Cloister Youth. Those are in the same set.
Yeah, sometimes they mess up.
Sometimes it just looks funny.
Yeah. But this was super fun. I wish I could think of more, but it's so like
maybe we'll do a Flavor Wins episode. Those aren't as satisfying.
They're not as satisfying, and there's a lot more of them because the game's designed to be a little bit flavorful.
Yeah, I want to think about Galta sticking one of his little baby arms in a smuggler's copter and then just sending that at somebody.
It takes all of his energy to do that.
All of his energy.
Or think about this. Okay, you put Galta in your copter. Mm-hmm. You untap it with some ability. It doesn't matter what. Now,
Galta run at you with his little copter arm.
What if you put him in two and then you untap him? He's got two little copter hands. He's just running like this at you with two little copter hands.
I think at that point he just gains flying.
He's just flying with two little copters holding.
Oh my god! No! Now we have a great last one. This is one of our favorite flavor fails ever.
Okay.
Hot soup.
Oh, hot
soup! I almost forgot it.
Hot soup doesn't make any sense.
Hot soup was a meme for us for a while.
Oh, what does hot soup do? You got to read it.
Hot soup is the creature is unblockable because hot soup coming through. But if the creature takes damage, destroy it.
It's flavorfully hilarious.
Emrakul is carrying hot soup. The Zendikari go like, is that hot soup? Let her through, for God's sake.
Get out of the way!
And someone accidentally deals 1 damage to her. Destroyed. The hot soup spills on Emrakul. It's over.
The only thing, hot soup, but, it'll be fine.
What?
Ulamog. Ulamog, it's fine if hot soup pours on him.
He's immune to hot soup. He's an Eldrazi.
He's not going to
die.
It says destroy that sacrifice, right?
Yeah, it says destroy. He's an Eldrazi. He's not going to let hot soup foil his plans.
What about Kozilek?
He's going to let hot soup foil his plans. For sure. And I also wanted to mention, the card Bludgeon Brawl is just the most nonsensical card ever. It gives non-creature artifacts the ability to equip to things.
Oh.
And everyone talks about, Mycosynth Lattice, everything's an artifact. Now you can equip... I think you need Mycosynth Lattice, and then you need a creature that animates a land, and you can equip mountain to mountain. There's so much ridiculous crap you can do. You can probably equip a hot soup to a hot soup if you do the right kind of shenanigans.
Just do a creature into a creature.
Come on, you don't want to equip hot soup with hot soup?
You don't want to equip Amaris Tandro with Emrakul the Promised Land?
She doesn't need it. She can take down everyone anyway.
She's just whipping around by the tentacles. Rabid Bite's really bad. Rabid Bite, no matter what you like, it works as you go up to scare more. But like Emrakul the Promised Land can't Rabid Bite. It doesn't even have a mouth.
How about Fogbank equipped with Bone Splitter can Rabid Bite a soldier?
Girl, but a lot of things like
it's biting it, but the Bone Splitter is still doing damage.
Rabid Bite's bad. A Whining Wall can Rabid Bite even if it doesn't have a face.
That's true. I think we should probably end things here. You can check out our podcast on Spotify, iTunes, and Google Play.
And if you want to make any of these flavor fails happen, you can buy the cards.
Yeah, go buy some Flavor Fail cards on TCG Player with our link, and then you'll help the channel out. It's that easy. There's no weird thing you need to enter. You just got to click the link, and then boom, you're ready to help us.
Also
just buy anything.
We'll put the link in both descriptions. We'll put it in the description for the podcast as well.
Sure. And also, if you're on YouTube, you got to subscribe to us. Or if you really want to help us out, beyond anything else, the best thing you could possibly do is become a patron. We have 23 already.
Yep, we need 2 more.
Then we'll do an Ask Me Anything from our Discord, which you are all invited to this podcast.
Well, all of our patrons are invited to. We love all of you. Oh, whose week is it to the shout out?
The shout out, I'm going to say you.
I think it is me. It's so hard.
It's hard to just pick just one.
It's so hard for me to... Randomizer. That's what it sounds like. And as far as everyone knows who's not watching this video, there's a big old randomizer. Yep. I just need you to load randomizer.
Hit the X. Go to where the randomizer says patrons, and then hit down here. Everyone just unsubbed from my noises. Man, the Wi-Fi in this basement. That's a doozy.
The randomizer is just going slow. Okay, random patron. I wanted to pick someone who's been around.
Been around for a while?
For a little longer.
Randomly?
Wait, I wanted to randomly select someone who's been around longer. Let's see. Oh, okay. So I randomly selected by Beezy's pointing.
Okay, I just submitted the receipt, handing it to Joe. That was the paper sound.
It's our boy, Joe Money.
Same name as Joe. Same last name as Joe, as far as
same thing I want from the patrons.
It all works. Give us all your money.
We love every single one of you as much as we can without making you uncomfortable. Yes. And I think I'm going to bed. Are you going to bed?
No.
You gonna add it?
I don't know.
I don't know what Beezy's doing. He might. I said that.
Probably just end the video. We got places to be.
He's on James.
Bye.